everyone, welcome back to Astroways. I have to admit, it took me a long time to even think about how to start this episode. It took me days to prepare the follower charts, and that's nothing comparing to this, what we're going to talk about today, which is super strong charts. Let's call it the exclusive charts. I just came up with this new translation because I don't want you to mix up between a strong normal charts and a special strong charts, which is what we're going to talk about today. So let's call this special strong chart the exclusive chart. And if you think a follower chart is hard to find, this is 10 times harder, because to define a follower chart means your chart only has opposing element, and for opposing elements you have 3 options to choose from. It can be output elements, it can be wealth elements, it can be power elements. Right, 3 colors, including your day master 4 colors you can have in your charts. Most people have 4 colors anyway. But for exclusive charts means there's no opposing elements, 0 opposing elements in your charts. Only resource elements or parallel elements, no matter what combination you have, only 2 colors in your chart. Maximum 3 if you have earth, because earth elements are storehouses. They're not pure earth. We'll talk about it later. So only 2 colors in your charts, that's not something you see every day. Exclusive chart is not as simple to be defined as the follower chart. The pure, clean, exclusive charts, the ones that particularly fits into an exclusive structural pattern, they are the top quality charts. The people are born with extremely great fortune, extremely blessed. So what are the exclusive structural pattern? There are 5 of them. Each one has a name. Don't even ask me to translate the names. Just remember each one represents a chart being dominated by an element. There are 5 elements, so there are 5 types of structural pattern. If your chart can fit into one of these patterns, means you have a good structure of charts. If your chart doesn't fit into any of these patterns, doesn't mean that you're not an exclusive chart. As long as your chart has and only has supporting elements and your parallel element is the dominated element fitting into a pattern or not, it already means that you have a pure exclusive chart. We'll give you examples of those later on. But first, we're going to talk about what are these structural patterns. First structural pattern is the exclusive wood structure pattern. This pattern requires, first of all, a wood day master. Second of all, a wood plenum or triad on earthly branches. And the month branch has to be wood, which means you either have to have tiger, rabbit, and dragon, or pig, rabbit, and goat. And your month's branch has to be either rabbit or tiger. And last but not least, the rest of the elements in your charts can only be either wood or with a small amount of water. With these 3 criteria, makes an exclusive wood structural pattern chart. That's it, no argument or anything. You may say, but there is an earth element in the earthly branches. Yes, but the power of a plenum is bigger and more stable than anything else. Not like the fake follower chart. This is a standard structural pattern. Sometimes you can have a little bit of fire to make the wood more useful, but no metal is allowed. Metal breaks the structural pattern. So what are these people like? What does it mean if you have this exclusive wood structural pattern? First of all, that means you are very wood. In chart reading, the less elements you have, or the less hidden stems you have, the less complication you have. We call it very pure, very clean and clear. The cleaner your chart is, the bigger your structure is. Now, here I have to say something. A lot of metaphysicians, they read your charts and tell you, oh, you're missing metal. oh, you're missing fire, you're missing water, you need to live near the water, or you need to work in the swimming pool. Tell them to shut up. Don't even listen to a thing they say. Some people are proud of having all 5 elements in their chart. See, I got all 5 elements, I'm not missing anything. If Bazi chart reading was that easy, simply just count how many elements you have, why would I bother doing this? You don't need me. You may have all 5 elements, but you may have 2 oppositions, 3 hard angles, 2 matches in the plenum, water crashes fire, fire asks wood for help, wood's in the wrong position, metal kills wood, everything is a mess. I'd rather you have only 2 elements than 5. At least my life wouldn't be that messy. And you look at this chart, no conflicts on heavenly stems, 1 plenum in earthly branches. Beautiful. Such clean structure. I'm not saying having all 5 elements is bad. It all comes down to combination. A good combination is never based on counting numbers. Okay, exclusive wood structural pattern. These people are very honorable, very reliable. They're also very healthy people, born with a good immune system and solid body. Wood character is very strong. If you don't know what wood character is, check back at my wood episode. And because exclusive chart people are very proud, so blessed with resource, they're indeed fearless, and in worst case, full of themselves. But it's better to keep it that way. They wouldn't like to be judged. They wouldn't like to be defeated. They don't listen to others. The last thing they do is listen to others. So even though their life is bound to be a success, still, in their 10 years luck pillar, they hate coming across opposing elements, especially wealth elements. Now you may ask, but it's wealth, it's money. How can they refuse money? Not really. Wealth elements is the money you work for, your desire. Exclusive chart people are born with money. They're full of resource. Resource is their money. They don't need to work hard for money. But it may also result that they spend a lot. They don't value money as much as other people. They can be generous and give it away easily. They give it away and they still have a lot. It doesn't matter. But wealth elements can put a threat to their resource elements. That's where they don't like it. So as coming across power elements, that means they have to work to get the attention from others. They used to have all the attentions. They don't really want to work hard to get it. That's the main thing about having an exclusive chart. You're very blessed, but at the same time, you think you're the best and other people are just beneath you. So this is the exclusive wood structural pattern. We're not going to talk through all the patterns. For fire, water, and metal, they're more or less the same. What we have to learn particularly is the exclusive earth structural pattern. This one is slightly different from others because it has even more criteria. For earth structural pattern, unlike others, they can have earth elements in the earthly branches. For earth structural pattern, they can only have earth elements in their earthly branches. And the best pattern has to have all 4 earth elements, which are the 4 storehouses. If you don't have all of them, not so pure. If you have more than one on the same type of earth, not so balanced. So best scenario, all 4 of them. And even you have all 4 of them, it's still not guaranteed that the chart is well balanced. Here we need to take a look at which earth is in your month pillar, because month pillar is the most powerful pillar. Here in this example, the month pillar is ox. Ox is storehouse of metal and hidden water. So this earth is wet and cold. For a wet and cold earth, you need warmth, you need fire. This person is lucky because he got fire on heavenly stems. It not only can produce resource for the day master, but also warm up the cold earth. This is a good example. If monthly pillar is dog instead of ox, then it's different. Dog is storehouse of fire. It's hot. Then you need a little bit of yin water instead of fire. And if your month pillar is goat, storehouse of wood, then you need a little bit of metal to shape it and a bit of water to make it wet. Best case is dragon, lands on month pillar. Dragon is storehouse of water. It likes both fire and water. You see, Earth is different elements. Earth is supposed to be moisture, so it can grow things. It doesn't matter what rules are regarding to exclusive structural pattern. When it comes to Bazi chart reading, you have the rules, you have the formulas and calculation. But what we need to understand deeply is the balance of life. Even the exclusive charts, that the least balanced chart out of all, still there's a balance within the unbalanced. So these are the exclusive structural pattern. And you have ones that don't match these patterns, that don't have triad or plenum nor a match. But as long as the chart has only supporting elements, then it's called an exclusive chart. Here, for example, an exclusive chart that doesn't fit in those patterns, but still, it's a very beautiful and pure and clean exclusive chart. Day master is yin water. Here I have to say, some metaphysicians say a yin day master can never be too exclusive and a yang day master can never be too follow. That's nonsense. Don't listen to that. If your chart is an exclusive chart, as long as your chart has only supporting elements, it doesn't matter if your day master is yin or yang. You'll be very strong. You'll be super strong. You'll be exclusively strong. Same as follower charts. Even if your day master is yang, but you have no other supporting elements anywhere in your chart, you're still a follower. Okay? So this chart, day master yin water. Water on the whole month pillar with 3 resource elements on year pillar and time pillar. Beautiful. You see, there's no complicated triad, nor plenum, nor match, or conflict. The hidden stems are pure and clean. What does it mean when I say hidden stems are pure and clean? Hidden stems is like person's mental health. It's like you look at a class full of kids. Some kids are gripped up, some kids bullied others. The more grips and conflicts you have in the earthly branches, the more messy your mind is. And to create grips and conflicts usually requires a lot of hidden stems in the earthly branches. The fewer hidden stems you have, the more stable you are emotionally. It's like you are what you look like. You have nothing to hide. No matter what 10 years luck pillar or what year you come across, you have very few hidden stems that may potentially get yourself in trouble. This is what I mean pure and clean. This person, even though he has an exclusive chart, he may be super proud, he may be super arrogant, he may be full of himself, but at least he knows he has a pure heart. He wouldn't hurt people, he wouldn't destroy people's lives to achieve what he wants. Of course, on the other hand, you can say this person is naive. He's easy to believe other people. That's something he'd learned in his life. No chart is perfect. No one is perfect. Okay, I know this episode has a lot of information. It's not easy to digest it all. I'll give you case studies later on to review what we've learned. Not the next episode, but the one after the next one. Because the next episode, we still have a lot to talk about regarding exclusive charts. We haven't finished yet. And one more thing. Don't try to Google exclusive charts. This is my own translation. I made it up because I think this sounds better than saying super, extremely strong, special charts. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, we have a slightly different scenario of exclusive charts, which is called resource exclusive charts, which means it's still exclusive, but instead of dominated by day master elements, it's dominated by resource elements. And we're also going to talk more in detail about exclusive chart people's life, what advantage and disadvantage they have in life, what things they may come across in life, etc. So if you're interested, please stay with me. Same thing here again. If you want to have your personal chart reading with me, you can email me at astroways.info@gmail.com or find me on Facebook at Astroways. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to know more about metaphysics, please subscribe my channel and I'll keep you updated.